And it's all eyes on the lights. Poised and ready to go. And F1 Academy is underway here in Zandvoort, and it's an excellent start there for Abby Pulling. Side by side, Nerea Marti gets ahead of Dorian Pan. Dorian Pan is side by side with Nerea Marti. Who's going to come out on top? Keep an eye on that. Everyone else behind jostles in for position, but a brilliant start. Great reactions from Abby Pulling there, and it is Dorian Pan who manages to hold on to P2, but Nerea Marti is right on her tail, followed by Maya Vug.
We go to a replay of the race start. You can see Pulling gets away well. Nerea Marti gets a great jump. Pan has to go over and cover, and this is where Pan does so well to hold the inside into turn one, the Tarzan hairpin, and just force Nerea Marti a little higher than she would want to be, and that lets Pan get back past her and reclaim second position.
Okay, Dori, we need to push as hard as you can. We have 5 seconds time penalty for jump start. 5 seconds time penalty for jump start. Push, push.
We go to a onboard here of Alcobazi behind Leah Block into turn number 13. What happens here? Block's a little wide. She uses a lot of curb though, Alcobazi, and I think that just bottomed out the car.
Abby Pulling has made a nice little gap, 3.7 seconds between herself and biggest rival Dorian Pan, with Marti third, Vug fourth, Nina Gaiman, our wildcard, 5th, Chambers 6th, Noble 7th, Block 8th, Hamna Alcobazi 9th, Schreider 10th. Leah Block there.
You're looking...
Yeah, looking there on the inside. Bit of a lock-up.
Yeah, she went back to the racing line. It just unsettled the car.
So can Hamna Alcobazi do it? Yes, she can. She's managed to pass Leah Block down into turn one. Leah Block putting up a great defence there, but didn't quite have the pace to match the Red Bull car. Hamna moves up to P8.
You can see the slipstream already coming out of 14. Leah Block squeezes her to the pit wall, leaves 101% of a gap of a car there, and then goes back to the racing line. Neither driver blinked. It was hard but fair racing.
She now comes round, down into 13, into 14. What a moment. Abby Pulling for Alpine takes her 5th win of this season in a dominant display.
Amazing, guys. Thank you very much. It was, yeah, a really fast start. Dad, if you're watching, I'm sorry you can't be here. And tell Granddad if you're watching with him that this is Banani. She's been watching over you.
Pulling's getting big congratulations from the team.
Oh, Jolly!
So, final classification of race 1, Abby Pulling takes the win. Nerea Marti alongside in P2 and Maya Vug in 3rd. Nina Gaidman, phenomenal performance for her in 4th. Dorian Pan, because of the time penalty, dropped to 5th. Chloe Chambers in 6th, Aurelia Nobles 7th. Hamna Alcobazi for Red Bull Racing, operated by MP, which is a home race for them, in 8th. Leah Block put up a great fight against Alcobazi, finishing in 9th. And Carrie Schreiner for Kick Sauber in 10th. Tina Hausman just out of the points there in 11th. Jess Edgar 12th. Lola Löwenfoss 13th. Bianca Bustamante 14th. Emily De Hausch in 15th. And Amna Alcobazi 16th. This is really such a special moment, again, for young drivers all around the world, to just remind you, you know, see it, you can be it. An inspiration of the next generation of female drivers. And the 16 drivers who are about to go racing here in Zandvoort. And we've got 2 cars stalled at the back there. Dorian Pan gets a fantastic run down to the first straight. Abby Pulling has dropped back into P3. Maya Vug slips in right behind Dorian Pan. A brilliant start there. Nerea Marti goes wide at turn 1, manages to recover. We're going to have to do a quick replay to see who the staller was at the back. But Dorian Pan, at this critical point in the race, has maintained her lead. And Abby Pulling has dropped back down to P3.
Pulling a little bit slower than Maya Vug on the optimal racing line side. Maybe not as much grip there. You can see Schreiner closing the door on Hausman, and then Marti and Nobles on that sort of 3rd row there, the first side-by-side cars, the blue Puma against the Tommy Hilfiger car. Just contact now, and you can see the car pop up, and Marti loses so much momentum. 5-6 spaces lost.
As soon as we have an opportunity, we need to send it.
Now, at that point, she's probably well aware of what she needs to do, but of course, you've got your engineer just reminding you there that this is your opportunity. You have to do it now.
Looks like Alcobazi is the one who's got the potential here. We saw her do the move on Leah Block. Gaderman's going to go defensive. She doesn't. She goes back outside. Alcobazi just needs to find her breaking point. Locks up a little bit. Gaderman closes the door and just leaves her a tiny bit of space side by side on the exit of one. Who's going to keep it pinned into two? It's difficult. And Gaderman closes the door. Harsh but fair on Alcobazi.
And they go side by side. Is this it? Is this the moment? Nobles is pushed wide. Nina Gademan moves up into third. We've watched this battle. She's inched her way closer and closer. But finally, Nina Gademan has moved ahead. And Hamna Alcobazi has also capitalised on the opportunity. Nobles was pushed out, and Hamna moves up into P5.
Be interesting how that looks to race control. Side-to-side contact, you can see it's under investigation. From that angle, it looks a little bit worse for Gademan, if I'm being honest. I think Nobles would say, well, where did you want me to go? And the only answer was through the gravel. Great car control as the car comes back onto the racing line. There's the time penalty for Gademan. I can see why that shot from the front, it really did look like she left Nobles not much space to go, and the collision was more on her front doorstep than Nobles.
Side by side there, the two Red Bulls. Emily de Hausch making a move on Amna Alcobazi, and she does it. Emily de Hausch moves up a place. It's a home race for her. That is a great performance. She moves up into P13.
Let's have a look at Dorian Pan. She's still pushing hard, locking the brake into turn number 12, just keeping it rotating so she doesn't get a big flat spot. You can just see it there. She really is pushing on hard at the moment.
So, as we are coming down into the penultimate final corner here in Zandvoort, it is Dorian Pan for Mercedes who takes her second win of the season, a defiant race win, redemption after receiving that time penalty for the jump start in race 1. Maya Vurg, a home podium for her, and Abby Pulling takes third place.
Yes! Yes, sir! Come on! Thank you so much. You all deserve it. You all deserve it. The car was good today. Thank you so much.
Brava, good job. It was mega. Hat-trick, pole position, fastest lap, and race win. Great.
This is going to be a really special moment for Dorian Pan, for the Mercedes liveried car backed by Prema Racing. Let's take a look at the final race result. It was, of course, Dorian Pan on the top step of the podium here in Zandvoort with Maya Vurg. Home race for her second, and Abby Pulling in P3. Hamna Alcobazi showed a strong performance today, really fighting on track in fourth. Aurelia Nobles, a great result for her in fifth. Carrie Schreiner up there in sixth. Lola Lovenfoss, seventh. Nerea Marti for Tommy Hilfiger dropped back in eighth after that start. And then Tina Hausman in ninth and Nina Gademan in 10th, just claiming that last point. Bianca Bustamante in 11th, Chloe Chambers 12th, Emily de Hausch. We saw some good battles from her, but finished 13th. Amna Alcobazi 14th, and Leah Block and Jess Edgar 15th and 16th. Some more silverware for the cabinet.
So all three of these in a class of their own today. 2 lots of champagne within 2 hours for Pulling and Pan.